All right, so I'm just gonna explain kind of what happened with my shot, how things led to the problems in my family. So this is gonna get in a lot more detail with it. So basically, as I said, I was a really good basketball player, won an AU national championship. Some people consider me the best shooting guard in the country. And the thing was, my dad always told me, shoot sideways. So whenever I shot, but I didn't really know what he meant, but I always shot sideways, but I didn't know what was going on with my feet. I didn't know that my left foot was pointed out and my right foot was pointed more toward the rim. But I was always shooting sideways. But I'm gonna play it tonight and hopefully record it, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. But I was very good with, my shot was excellent. My dad always told me shoot sideways. And that was the secret, like, because coaches would say shoot square, but my dad would say, no, don't listen to what coaches say, shoot sideways. So I shot sideways, but I didn't know what he meant. I just kind of shot sideways, but I didn't know really what was going on with my feet. Everything I did was unconscious, and that's why I was so good. But then, as I said, my dad, and like I said, my mom and dad growing up, they really loved me. They treated me very good because I was not only the best at basketball, I was the best at soccer, MVP at soccer, MVP baseball, MVP at everything. And like my friend Malik, his dad Kenny, who was P. Diddy's bodyguard, he said that my dad said that he thought I was going to play in the NBA. And my dad did think I was going to play in the NBA because he told me, he was like, not many people who look like you are as good at basketball as you. Which he was saying, like, because you're white and you're good at basketball, you're probably going to play in the NBA. And I think I would have played in the NBA if it wasn't for the shoot away machine. But But basically, my dad, I was the best at everything. Best at basketball, best at, and I got straight A's. I was, girls loved me, especially like in middle school. Like I had fan clubs of girls all over me, like the girls in the older grades. I was the best at soccer, the best at football. I got all gold medals and silver medals in track. I was the best at everything. And like I said, my mom, and this is going to be important because later my mom and dad would hate me after the shoot away machine and they would love my sister. But at this time, they hated my sister, but they really loved me. So like, I'll give an example of that. Like, I remember I was at one of my sister's soccer games, and I was very good at poetry too. So I remember I was like I was the best at everything. I got straight A's. I was amazing at poetry. Like my teachers loved me. Everything I did, 100%, all straight A's. So then, I remember I went to one of my sister's soccer games, and my sister, my mom was watching my sister play, and my mom was like, what's wrong with Leah? She's terrible. Like, what's wrong with her? She thinks too much. And my dad was like, yeah, she thinks too much. And my mom was like, Ryan never thinks when he plays. And, that was a compliment. My mom was basically saying how I was so good because I didn't think, and that's why I was so good. But that also is going to be why things are going to be so bad when the shoot away machine happens, because I never thought. So when my dad got the shoot away machine and it messed up my shot, you see, I never thought. So I was just picking the ball off the rack and just shooting the way you would pick up a ball off the rack. I'll kind of show what happened with the shoot away rack, but basically what happened was you're picking the ball off of the rack. You're going to step like this, and then shoot. And then your left foot is going to be going straight forward toward the basket, and right foot toward the basket. So like picking the ball off the rack and then going like this. Whereas before, when I was younger, I would catch it and step back and then shoot, or I would catch it like this and jump back and then step to the left and then shoot. Catch it like this and then shoot like this. But when I had the shooting machine, I'd be catching it and going like this, or I would just catch it and shoot. So then in the games, I would no longer be moving into shots like this. I'd catch it and just go like this. And the reason why I shot sideways is because of how I moved into it. It made me go sideways, right, when I shot. Or if I go like this, if I catch it like this, it's gonna make me go sideways, like this, and then here's the basket. It's gonna make me go like that. But when I pick the ball off the rack, I'm gonna be going like this. So my dad got the shoot away machine in the 6th grade, and that's when my shots started getting messed up. So I'm in the backyard and I'm shooting, and I'm picking the ball up and I'm going like this. And then my dad was like, Ryan, you're shooting square, and he started yelling at me. This was 7th grade. Like I said, I had won an AU national championship. He's considered one of the best basketball players in the country. But, you know, I remember my dad was yelling at me, why are you shooting square? It's because of the shoot away rack. But he didn't know. He thought that I should just make myself sideways. So this is what my dad told me to do. My dad wanted me to do this. So, well, at first he was cool with it. He just let me, like, he was yelling at me, you're shooting square. But I was still doing decent because, you know, I was still one of the best players. Because even despite having a messed up shot, I was still one of the best players. Because I was one of the best players in the country growing up. So I was still, you know, but my dad was yelling at me. And I remember this is 7th grade. Now what my dad wanted me to do is he wanted me to dribble into the shot and then spin and then go sideways and spin. But he didn't realize, you know, even a good player, if he's go dribbling to the right and shooting is an inaccurate shot. Kobe does it, but Kobe goes like this, and then he jumps and then he puts his leg out like that and he shoots. But a good player, he's gonna bring the ball to his left hand and then go like that. He's gonna bring the ball to the left hand and then bring his right leg back, and then he's gonna be sideways when he shoots. Or, like I said, I never explained this. This is the first time I ever explained this. If he does dribble to the right, like I noticed, he'll bring it back to the left, or he'll jump like this and then go up. Right? He'll bring the ball back, right leg back, and then go like that. That's what I noticed from a video that I saw, where I was going like this. But that time I didn't know that, so at this time I'm just picking the ball off the rack and I'm going like this. And that's gonna make my left foot go forward, my right foot like this, and mess up my shot. Whereas before, when my dad would pass to me, I would catch it and then go like that, or I'd catch it, you know, step to the left or step back, and then step like this, like, you know, step like this, and step and go be sideways. But my dad didn't know that. My dad just thought, well, just spin. Just pick the ball off the rack and spin. But it's all about how you move into the shot. So it's like, just spin into it. So, regardless, remember, this is like the 7th grade before the first day of school, Harvard Westlake. My dad was yelling at me. We're in the backyard. My dad's like, "You're shooting square. What's wrong with you? You're shooting square." And I was like, I didn't know. I never thought when I played. That's why I was so good. But because I'm picking the ball off the rack, it's going to make me shoot square. So then what my dad did was, and this is important that I mention this because later my grandpa would be like, well, Ryan, it wasn't because of the shoot away that things got messed up. And the thing was, my grandpa told me, he said, never blame anybody. He said, never blame anybody. So I wasn't allowed to blame dad. So I would say, it's not, okay, fine, it wasn't dad, it was a shoot away machine. But my grandpa would be like, it wasn't a shoot away machine. You were just playing against bigger, better players. And you got frustrated and you got angry at your dad. And that's what happened. And that's why your dad beat you up. That's not what happened. None of the problems would have happened if dad never got the shoot away. If dad never got the shoot away, I would have stayed an amazing player, just getting passes, moving into shots automatically. My dad tried to make me dribble to the right and then spin into shots. That's wrong. So I would have stayed an amazing player. My dad thought that a good player is going to dribble to the right and then spin into shots or pick the ball off of a rack. Because if you're picking the ball